Breaking news, Bulls fans. The lottery has gone our way. The Bulls have jumped from the 9th pick to the 4th pick. And I want to talk about who we should take or a fun scenario where maybe we should trade back. And before we really get into all that, I want to know what you guys think we should do with the pick. Should we draft or should we trade back from number 4? Comment draft or trade back down below. Now, as we all know, we just had a great stroke of luck with the lottery. We've jumped from the 9th pick in the 2026 draft all the way up to the 4th pick, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I didn't think we were going to jump. I thought we were going to be stuck at 9. So the fact that we're all the way up at number 4 now is absolutely incredible, especially with how loaded this draft is. Now, my take on this, I think the obvious choice is stay, because in my eyes, we will have Caleb Wilson at 4. And I think Caleb Wilson would be huge for this team. So I say we stay, drafting Caleb Wilson, and have a great rebuild. But I do think there's a scenario where Wilson may jump Boozer and or Peterson. And if that's the case, honestly, I think we should just trade back. I think either Wilson or pivoting to trading back. It's Wilson or nobody at 4 for me right now. Now, I want to know, are you guys feeling excited for this draft? Because I know I am. So if you are, make sure to hit that like and hype button. Now, who should we take? As I said, I think we should take Caleb Wilson. This year, Caleb averaged 19.8 points, 2.7 assists, 9.4 rebounds, 1.4 blocks a game on 57.8% shooting as a forward. He played a little bit of the 3 and the 4. If we can get him to really be good at the 4 and be comfortable at the 4, I think that would be massive for this team. Because my biggest thing is I want to find a power forward this year so that we can put them at 4 and slide Miles to the 3. Because I think Miles' true position is the 3, and I think that's where he's really, really going to thrive in the future. And I think that's what's really going to – he's already taken some pretty good jumps this year, but I think that's what's really going to take that full leap is if we get him slotted into the 3. And another scenario that me and my co-host Jordan were talking about, I think there is a scenario where we could trade back. Now, is it crazy to say that because Wilson's such a good player and he's probably going to be there at 4? Absolutely. But I've seen some crazy, crazy things happen in drafts of all sports, but especially in basketball. I've seen some pretty crazy jumps, some pretty crazy falls. So I say if Wilson's not there, if Wilson gets picked at 2 or 3, we should trade back. A scenario that Jordan and I were talking about was, what if Charlotte comes calling and says, give us 4, we'll give you 14 and 18. I'm not going to say no to that. Because if we accept a trade like that, we would have the 14th, 15th, 18th, 38th, and 56th pick in this year's draft. And with such a loaded draft, having that many picks is going to be so massive for this squad. Not to mention, there's a team down in Oklahoma who just won a championship by spending years with multiple first-round picks like that. So I don't think it's the worst idea. I don't at all. But that's just one of the scenarios. Obviously, with how loaded this draft is, other teams are going to come calling because that 4th pick is so coveted. This was definitely one of the main tanking seasons I've ever seen, or one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. We saw so many teams trying to get into this top 4 to get specifically Dybantsa, but even Peterson, Boozer, or Wilson. We've seen so many teams trying to get into this top 4. So with these players being so coveted, I could see a scenario where some team just sends the farm to us for that 4th pick. And if we're getting the farm, I don't really see how we can turn that down, especially if it's like the Hornets one where we get multiple picks this year. Now, if you made it this far, please share and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,900 subscribers. We're roughly 70 away, so every subscriber counts. And not to mention, we're putting out a lot of content lately. Jordan and I are doing scouting for GMs. We're still scouting for that 15th, 38th, and 56th picks. We're looking at head coaches that we like, head coaches that might be linked to us. We have so much content being pumped out right now, and I don't want you to miss a single piece of it. So make sure you share and subscribe. And overall, thanks for joining me today. It's been a fun day with this lottery jump. I've had a great day with it. I hope you have too. With that being said, see red, ladies and gentlemen.